come back from that short break, team, none of the rest of the top 6 sides got a win this weekend. Manchester United got hammered at Goodison Park 4-0.
Tony, it was hammering, and for me, it's one of the worst performances I've watched by Man United
in Premier League.
In Premier League, Tony, because you can get beaten, but it's the manner for which you get beaten. If you're going to get beaten and the coach has to walk the fans and apologize, that means your performance was so shambolic. They were outrun by over 3 kilometers, Tony. I think that should never happen for a side like Man United. But it's good to hear what Michael Keane says. He says, let's focus on the performance of Everton, not the Man United played. And I thought, yes, Everton played brilliantly, Tony, there. They got the first goal almost similar to what they scored against Arsenal. The long throws, and then Richarlison scores it at the end there. Then they got the second goal, Sigurdsson, a brilliant strike outside the box. And then Disney got them the third. And Walcott, Tony, a forgotten man, coming in with the goals. So I want to give Everton all the honors that well done.
Very, very interesting performance. Like you said, let's not take out anything away from the Everton side. This is the 7th side in the Premier League currently. There are a lot of points behind Man U because the top 6 have broken away. But this performance, they showed that they are the best of the rest.
Yeah, they're the best of the rest because when you look at them, they've beaten Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal, and drawn with Liverpool. I don't know about the other results, but that is already good enough for a side like Everton, and I think they're the best after this top 6.
Very, very interesting. They certainly beat Manchester United in this particular one. They dominated with shots on target. They had 8 shots on target with Manchester United coming with only 1.
And they got the one in the 87th minute. They got in the 87th minute. I thought it was going to be 90 minutes minus a shot on target.
Very, very worrying statistic there. And of course, they had 10 corners on Manchester United's goal. So it shows you how well they were prepared in this particular game. But Manchester United, ever since we got the permanent contract for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the results haven't gone his way.
Very poor results, and I think it could have been maybe a call too early for Woodward to make. Yes, Solskjaer was putting him under pressure, but results have gone a wall. It's 8 games and 6 losses. I don't think that's any Man United performance. Even if Barcelona is in the mix there, Tony, it has been poor. And when I looked at that team, I think they need changes there. They need changes, and that team also, Tony, does not deserve to play Champions League. They should be playing Europa or something else because they were too poor.
Very, very interesting verdict from team there. Manchester United keeping their 6th spot intact with 64 points after that heavy loss. And of course, Everton are in 7th on 49 points. You can tell the gap there is a bit wide, over 15 points there between those two sides. But very, very worrying game for Manchester United fans there. And of course, we also had on Sunday, Arsenal at home, taking on Crystal Palace and losing 2-3.
Yeah, Tony.
What a weekend.
What a weekend. And for me, if I look at the Arsenal coach, I cannot understand why he had to drop these points. One, Tony is playing at home, had won the last 10 games at home. And then Tottenham and United have lost. Yes, you're already above United, good enough, but you can't go above Tottenham with I think more points. You would have been 2 above Tottenham by the end of the game. But playing El Neni and Guendouzi, yes, Guendouzi has been an exciting young talent, Tony, but El Neni to me has not had enough any football in this season, and he's not that sparkling midfielder. So I thought the coach got it totally wrong by setting up his lineup. And
then bringing Mavropanos as well.
Mavropanos is another guy I don't think plays well. So the entire team of Arsenal was poorly set, and I wasn't surprised by the result at the end of the day.
Very, very interesting. And we know Crystal Palace have now picked themselves up. They have a very superb captain in Milivojevic, who I believe can dominate any top 6 side on his day. He's had a very brilliant season, this guy. Wilfried Zaha, we know how wonderfully he performs for this Crystal Palace side. It will be a shame if they lose him at the end of the season. He has played so well, and of course the return of Big Ben has also given them an additional power going forward. So it's very, very interesting. This particular side, I think that Arsenal they probably had the exertions from the Napoli encounter in midweek, which they won 1-0 narrowly after that Lacazette free kick. But still, you can't give excuses for Arsenal. They've played 3 games in a run of 4 that we had talked about. 12 points. They've only got 3 out of 9 so far.
Yeah.
What a poor return from Arsenal.
It's a poor return, even if Arsenal beats Wolves, Tony. I think that's a poor return. And yet going away to Wolves is going to be a tricky game for Arsenal. We know what the Wolves do to the big sides, but we still believe United wants Champions League football. The board wants it, the fans want it. So he's going to give it a go, I think.
Poor performance from Arsenal leaves them just shy of the top 4 spots there. They find themselves in 5th place, having played a game less than Chelsea on 66 points, but of course behind on goal difference there. And of course Crystal Palace march into 12th place on 42 points, which guarantees them Premier League football next season. Big one. And of course we wrap things up on Monday night, where we had Chelsea taking on Burnley. They had the honors on them after watching all those results. They are playing an extra game ahead of everyone else. They drew that game 2-2.
Tony, I cannot believe Chelsea dropped
if
points.
You're Mauricio Sarri, what do you tell your players?
We don't want to play Champions League. Yes, that's what I tell them, Tony. Because Tottenham has lost, Man United has lost,
Arsenal
has lost. We all knew that they had played a game extra. So let us play that other game extra.
So they can chase us.
Then you chase us.
It's
so simple basics you tell the players. And I thought Sarri tried to mention it, I think, at the half-hour mark, because it was 2-2 by then. But there was no change. By then, Burnley had settled and they were totally defending for their dear lives. But I thought it was poor from the Chelsea and the coach. He actually got sent off because I think the frustration went into him. But you have to see of these games. Where are the big boys we're talking about? We say the top 6, but anyone is coming to get points. Burnley was playing at Stamford Bridge, mark you, and they got a draw.
How much of that do you credit to Burnley side, Sean Dyche and his team?
Yeah, I think he has changed his team. He had lost it, I think, at the first leg of the season, but he managed to reorganize his troops and they went free from the drop zone. Yet we were talking about them being one of the casualties, but I think Sean Dyche knows how to assemble a team, and he reassembled his troops, and they're doing well, Tony.
Very solid performance from Burnley in that particular game, then getting those goals through Ashley Barnes and Jeff Hendrick. And of course, we saw the goals for Chelsea coming from N'Golo Kante, a rare one, as well as Gonzalo Higuain, that striker who is currently on loan. And of course, Burnley now on 15th place, 40 points, which almost guarantees them Premier League football next season, bar weird losses at the end of the season. So that kept, and of course, it keeps Chelsea in 4th place on 67 points, just one ahead of Arsenal, but having played a game earlier. Brilliant weekend. We saw a lot of goals in all of these games, especially on Sunday onwards in the top 6 sides. Where is the defense going in these top 6 sides? Not Man City and Liverpool. I'm talking about the rest of the 4 sides.
Tony, I think because these teams are trying to consolidate, we've said it, chasing for the top 4 finish. So their minds are set up for the front, for the forwards. So they forget about defending. And if you're unlucky like Man United, where your forwards are not going to do anything, then you get beaten. Otherwise, you start building a team from defense. We've seen Mourinho teams. That's what they've done before. Alex Ferguson has done that too. But these guys are conceding 3 goals, 4 goals, 2 goals for Chelsea. And I think it's no longer about who is chasing for top 4. It's about who will finish on the last day in top 4, Tony.
I know it was a poor showing, poor weekend for the rest of the top 6 sides there in the Premier League. And of course, we'll be having more action in the midweek for every team to now get onto 35 points. We talked about some predictions before there. We'll be bringing you some of the highlights of those predictions that me and Tim did to get to the 35th game mark. But we'll be having Manchester United in one of the pick of the week. Manchester United will be taking on Manchester City at Old Trafford in a game in which we might have the title getting decided. Yeah,
the title might be decided, and that is if Man United beat
any kind of
surprise over Man City, which I doubt with the performance against Everton. But again, it's a game that Man U fans are divided. They don't want Liverpool to equal their title count, and yet again, you want to be in the Champions League by beating Man City. So it's one that I think it's whatever the players will do, we shall take any outcome.
It's very interesting, and of course, in the rest of the games we'll be having tonight, Tottenham will be taking on Brighton to get to their 35 games, of course, and of course Watford will be also taking on Southampton in another very sumptuous game, very enjoyable to watch there. And of course, when Man United will be taking on City, Arsenal will be traveling to the Molineux to play Wolverhampton Wanderers, another side that has played very, very well this season. So it's another mouth-watering clash in the Premier League. With that, we have nothing left to say. Enjoy the week and goodbye for now.
Goodbye.